Hello everyone. Today's video is about options. So what can you think of when you are in a workplace bullying situation and you feel a bit desperate and you don't really think that there's any way out? I guess you just have to remember that you have actually got quite a few options that you can, engage, and depending on your situation and you as a person, they will look more appealing than some other ones, but there are always options. So I think that's a big thing for people who are struggling or dealing with workplace bullying situations. A lot of the time you get to a point where you feel a bit desperate and you just want out. You really just can't take it anymore. And so you tend to get a little bit desperate. And I think that's where you kind of need to take a step back as much as you possibly can and know that there's people out there that can help you. And I've found that in my workplace bullying situations, I tend to get a little bit desperate because I just want it to end. I can't do it anymore. And so I start looking for ways out, but my options don't really look very appealing and they look a little bit desperate because I'm kind of getting to that point. Whereas if I've actually taken a step back and maybe asked someone for some advice or even just had a conversation with someone that's not in my situation, or they have to have a level of understanding, but they're not directly involved in the workplace bullying situation, I've found that I've actually been able to gain a level of clarity because you don't know what you don't know, and you need to kind of branch out and you almost need to remove yourself from the situation to be able to find the best way out for you. And in order to do that, you need to get a different perspective. So you might be able to do that by maybe taking a couple of days and go away, or maybe having one night away from your normal routine. That will kind of give you a bit of clarity. So that's a way that you could do it without involving anyone else. But I think from my experience, I find that getting other people's perspectives without kind of bombarding them with the situation or trying to get them to solve your problems, just get their opinion and maybe their perspective of a situation if they were in your shoes, then I find that I can navigate the situation in a better way rather than acting in desperation and just kind of that fight or flight mode where I'm like, I want to get the heck out of here. So I find that desperation, while it's not a very nice feeling, you need to be able to recognize that that's your body and your mind telling you that you need to find an alternative or even a way out, depending on your situation. If that's the right way to do it, you find a new job, you resign, you go on sick leave, but there's always options out there. So I think, and I can't go into specifics because every situation is different and every person is different. So we all have our own kind of backstory that will dictate what options we think are beneficial to us and what options we deem are, not an option. But I guess the silver lining to any situation, or especially for workplace bullying situations, there is always a way out. I've never found a situation, even though it's taken me a long time to work out, I've always found that there is a better way. There's a couple of options, but I've found that the right situation or the right way out will always find me, providing I'm actually kind of opening myself up to other perspectives, other people, and making sure that I am getting support from the right places. If you reach out to someone that's potentially within your organization, and they may know of another option for you. So they may know of another position that you could potentially move into, or maybe they even know someone outside of the workplace because they have their connections as well. So I think we need to make sure that we're not just looking within ourselves to find a way out. I think that's my biggest I guess, piece of advice is there's always a way out. There's always other options, and you don't need to do it by yourself, because that's not going to get you the best result. It's going to get you down that desperation road, and nothing really good comes of that road, speaking from experience, I guess. So I will give you a bit of an example of options that has happened to me in my time with workplace bullying. So I guess I'm not going to go into the exact situations in this video, but a lot of people knew the situation of where I was and what was happening in my team. And one of the managers that was above everyone could see it and actually approached me and said, "Belinda, the situation's not getting any better. I have this option for you." It was in a different department, actually in a completely different building. So I kind of was like, that's not really the direction I specifically wanted to go. But he said, "You've got to look at your health, how it's impacting you. You're not happy." And he was right. So I jumped, and I actually really enjoyed the place that I went to for a short period, and then I found another bully. But that was an option and a lifeline that someone extended to me, because they knew that I needed help. And also, it wasn't my fault. It was the situation that I was kind of being subjected to. So that was a way out, and that was because I let someone else in, and also they found an option for me through their connections and their circles. I guess another option I found was within a workplace, actually overseas. I was dealing with not a very nice boss, I guess, and I'd also had an issue with one of the workplaces that I was in, where they the communication wasn't there, and so I wasn't successful for one of their positions, but it was no fault of mine. So I guess that one, it was a struggle. I didn't specifically leave that workplace, but I found another venue. It was actually a hotel that I ended up becoming pretty much a permanent fixture without becoming one of their staff members. So I was still through an agency, but they treated me like one of their own. And so that gave me the confidence and the ability, and I guess the leverage, to be able to stay within the company that I was working for. So I didn't need to leave. I didn't lose my income, but I was able to work directly for a hotel that valued me and enjoyed my, I guess, experience and personality. And so I gelled really well with them, and I worked with them right up until I left that overseas hotel. So there's options out there. You just need to be kind of open to letting them in, and open to other options other than what you can come up with in your own head. Remembering, if you're in the middle of a workplace bullying situation, you are not thinking clearly and you need a bit of support. So don't turn it down, don't turn your back on it, don't try and tough it out. Look for those other options, and look for those supports that you may not even know are kind of there for you. So that's enough for me for tonight, but I look forward to chatting to you guys again soon. And let me know if you would like any topics specifically covered that would maybe help you in your personal workplace bullying situation. You don't have to tell me names or people, but just a topic that maybe would be of benefit for you and maybe someone else as well. But thanks so much, guys. Have a great night. Bye.